Let's talk about your style.
Okay.
The style of music that you write, ballads, or what do you consider it?
Wow. Well, my style has always been a little eclectic. I like to just totally cross the spectrum of music. I think if you get too pigeonholed, then you're limiting yourself, especially as an art or as a songwriter and a creator. You're missing out on a lot of opportunity, a lot of expression that you could be doing. Writers do tend to get pigeonholed into their style once something gets successful. So once I have a song break and that becomes #1 and Mason Douglas is known for that type of song, then that will become my style and I'll have to write a bunch of that, which I probably have plenty of that. But for now, it's wonderful to be able to just cross genres. We last week just wrote a Pink Floyd song, kind of tribute song, and last year we put out a Christmas rap. So we do rap, we do all kinds. I grew up on Guns N' Roses and Pearl Jam, so I got a huge rock and even a metal background here and there, and so incorporate some of that. And again, I think it's important. I think it's what we're doing. We're trying to find a new voice. We can't always just be the same voice all the time, so we got to find new little influences. Got to find those influences from all over and create that new voice, that new sound, in order to separate yourself out from the same old just
Bro country,
or just the same old sound from any artist that gets pigeonholed into that thing.
Country music is an ever-changing genre too.
Mm-hmm.
I've found that over the 13, 14 years that I was involved on the radio side of it, that it went from, the 90s style Tim McGraw,
Mm-hmm.
and Tim's evolved. Tim's taken it, but he's also gone back. I see country music starting to evolve back towards more of a traditional country sound. Do you see that in Nashville?
Could be. I think there's a big push for it. I know there is a underground push because a lot of listeners don't know what they've been missing. It's just radio is unfortunately kind of force-fed a certain sound that seems to sell with all the downloaders. So as long as people are downloading, then they're going to keep on pushing this certain style.
And it brought a lot of young people to the genre.
It did. And it's almost like records and analog. When you had an old record that was analog, but people all of a sudden when CDs came out, it's like, oh, well, you don't have to have the hiss on that record anymore. You can actually have a digital, completely clean recording. Oh, that's great, woohoo! And so for years now, we've been doing CDs and digital and completely clean recording. Now it's gotten to the point where everything is so digitized and so clean and so perfect in every single note. There's a huge push now for records again. Because like we got vinyl too far, let's do vinyl, let's do analog again and get this going back.
Who decided to come down and
what's
say,
up there, Polo?
Hi, Polo. You okay? All right. Hi, good to see you.
All right, yeah, have a good one. So I think country's the same way. I think now it's gotten to the point where I think listeners don't even know what they're singing or hearing anymore. They're just hearing about bonfires and they're hearing about pickup trucks and
short shorts.
And short shorts, girls in bikinis. And we know that as the bro country movement. We've seen a lot of good Facebook posts on people laughing at it. And so I think it's a little bit of feedback. So there has been, at least on Music Row, there has been a call for let's get some more serious stuff out there. Let's actually have some content and a whole different storyline to songs now, which is definitely going to be a throwback to the 90s writing, where there was a lot more storytelling, a lot more twisting hooks, and not just party all the time and rock and roll, and here's a lifestyle that nobody can relate to. I don't know if it's going to go back to 70s or 60s classic country by any means, but I think that it'll at least you'll start to get influences back from the 90s storytelling. I'm hoping so. We'll see.
I noticed that the artist that is on The Voice, I don't know if you've seen the show.
I've seen a few of them, yeah.
Craig, Wayne Boyd.
Okay.
And he did a lot of classic country throughout the show.
Mm-hmm.
Blake was his coach.
Cool.
And so I kind of get the feeling that we're headed back towards a more classic sound, how do you feel like that fits your style?
Oh, we can write that all day long, yeah. But again, as a writer, that's the cool thing about adapting. If not, then we try. We work at it and keep chiseling away until we nail it.
Do you find yourself looking for inspiration in older artists? Do you go to some of those Music Row bars, losers and winners, You know, I don't know if that's where the older guys
Actually,
hang
it's
out.
Bobby's Idle Hour is where all the old timers are hanging out.
Do you go there and try
I
to draw
don't-
inspiration from those guys?
Well, I'll tell you this much. We definitely could. We could.
Or draw
I'm-
them back into writing with you? Have you ever?
Well, honestly, not yet, but this might be a good idea. If we're going to go that way, it's almost better to just listen to those old classics, get inspired by what made a song a classic. He Stopped Loving Her Today, or
Right.
you know, all that stuff from back then, and listen to the hits. We could definitely go pull those writers back in, but it's almost we'd want to put our own spin on it. We want to take that classic inspiration and put our own take on it, just as creators, as songwriters, and again, that influence, just to have that influence shape where we're taking it and see if it leads to something new. Again, it may be a far cry to get all the way back to the '70s, but it could happen. You never know what's coming, but it might be a tough sell, especially with as progressive as country's gone. I think actually what's going to happen is country will begin to separate itself from different sections of country. You'll have classic country, then you'll have, you know, hip hop or whatever, the more hip hop country, then you'll have contemporary country, which you kind of already have, and you'll have different areas of the country spectrum that will start to diverge because it's getting too much of a melting pot right now. There are too many styles, and at some point, I think they're gonna start giving each one their own little
That can
little
be great
niche.
for you. I mean, that can be great for the writers.
Oh yeah, because then we can identify who's on what chart and say that's what I do. I'm gonna
Right
go
there.
become best friends with all these guys right here.
Exactly.